Hello guys, this is J, and I'm here to show you a material list. And I'm just going to introduce you to the tools that I use. And first off, we're going to do my favorite one. This is a Pentel brush pen, and this is a tool that I use the most. It looks pretty cool too, it looks nifty. And it's from Pentel. Pentel is a Japanese company. They make a lot of art supplies, pens, brush pens, and I don't know, a lot of things else. And the quality is pretty good. And they're pretty expensive sometimes, but it is worth it. So please just take that in mind. And if we open this up, it's this is a synthetic brush, and it has a really nice tip. It's not really stiff, and they spread a lot and stuff, so it can create a lot of dynamic lines. So I love this one. And the cool thing about this is that you can recharge the ink after you use all of the ink. So you can just open the bottom part, and this is an ink cartridge. You know, after you use it, you can just pull it out and exchange it with a new one. So it's like a bullet for the pen. I'll show you a new one, just in case I bought a new one, in case this, if I lose it or the brush messes up. But the lifespan on the brush is really nice. I've had that for a long time, and it's really good. And so if you buy a new one, you get the brush pen, and it's already filled with ink. And these are the ink cartridges. You get 2 extras. And so I was telling you that this ink cartridge, you can always fill it up after you use it. And you can't refill these ones up. Maybe you can, but I never tried. Well, maybe somebody can do that. And next, we're going to go with this brush pen. This is also from Pentel. This was one of the first brush pens I ever used. I really loved it. These are also rechargeable too. But sometimes the things I didn't like about this is the ink flow was kind of ridiculous on this. Sometimes it would overflow with ink, and then it would mess up everything in my pencil case, and it would be just bloody murder, all ink everywhere. And the second thing I didn't like about this is the rechargeable ink cartridges. So this whole back part is an ink cartridge. So you just buy these, and then you just stick them into this part, and then you refill it. But the thing is, if it's for a long time, if you use this for a long time, it kind of the ink kind of bonds these together, so you can't really unscrew this out. I've been using like pliers and stuff to try to take this thing out, but I never successfully recharged the ink for these pens. So these are one of the bummers of this pen. It's pretty cheap. It's cheaper than this one. So maybe that's one of the downhills of this pen. So yeah, you can. I never had problem with these recharging ink, but this one I never successed recharging the ink for this. So I never actually bought any of these after I used this one. So just keep that in mind. It's more cheaper, so this can be really nice for beginners. The ink quality, the brush quality is pretty similar to that one, but I honestly like the other one better. And these come in different color varieties. That's probably a plus side. There's a lot of colors for it, so I would always go for that if you want to use different colors in the brush pen. And next, this is also a Pentel brush pen. It's a gray ink. Just in case if I can't, if I'm outside, I don't have water to dilute my brush and wash my values down, I can always use this. But this is pretty dark, so I still kind of need to use a little bit of water to dilute it. And we'll go to my next tool. This is also a Pentel brand pen. It's just a normal, normal ink ball pen. I just use this for sketching, putting straight lines. Just in case if I use the brush pen a lot, I need to put different line weights on it to to put details in. Always use this. And next, these are my 3 whites I use. So I organize them in size. This is the thinnest, this is the medium one, and this is the largest. This is obviously a whiteout. It's from Bic. this for, it's correction, but I use this on my black ink to put whites. The opacity is like really thick, so you can cover up all the black ink you want, and that's one of the benefits. But it's pretty hard to control, put details in, but this has its own line weight, so it can work. And next, this is Uni-Ball Signo. This is not Pentel, but this is a medium size ink pen that has white ink. The opacity is pretty cool, pretty good. So it covers up black ink pretty good. Out of those three, this one really has a really nice ink flow on it. So I would, recommend this for people who want white ink that has good opacity and has a good ink flow. And the next one is the Pentel Sunburst. This is a gel pen. It's by Pentel, and this is the thinnest of all. It has a really nice tip on it. The ink flow is just it's pretty okay, and the white ink opacity is pretty good. It's not really opaque, but it does its job on the black ink. Just in case if I want to put details on it, I use this. And next, the last one is my pencil. There's only pencil lid. There's no wood, so I don't have to, carve out all the wood parts. I can always just use any part of this, and it would do a pencil line. And the thing about these that I like is that you can use the whole side to put values in and put different line weights, and this really helps create a dynamic flow to your drawings. So next, I'm gonna try to show you the different qualities and line weights of these. Hello guys, now I'm gonna show you how to use the brush pen, introduce different kind of line weights and better ways to use the brush pen. Because some people are having a hard time, and I would like to show them how I use it. First of all, the most position I use is keeping the tip alive. So this is how I hold it, and I will put it right, like putting it in a straight line, vertically, and you can see it here, how I really put the tip of the brush on the bottom, and I will then try to use the tip and create different line qualities. And pressure is really essential here, because the more you press down, it's gonna create a darker line quality. And if you look at the brush, you can really tell where the tip, it's really small. You can really tell where the tip is, and you can use that to put really small line qualities too. And then you can use, so this will be my line quality number 1. It's using the tip like that. And number 2 will be still using the tip but pressing down on it. So I get a different line quality, compared to number 1, and then I can use this still to put in like brows. And then number 3 is using the side of the brush. And I can just use it for like places like this. And other places too. And actually, the other quality I want to show you is, these are probably the 3 major lines that you can use. But from these same ones, I would just call it 4. This is number 1. And then speed also has great impact on these brush pens. So how fast you move the brush will vary the ink flow. So if I use number 1, just put it down. And then if I use more speed, using it faster, moving fast, I create these really thin and different kind of line weights too. It doesn't really show on these thin ones, but on these thicker ones you can really tell. 5, I messed that up, but that speed really has impact. So it has a different quality line like that. And the most you can see in speed variety will be number 6. And it will be using the side of the brush and using speed like that. So you can see that you see the brush breaking apart. This is a really cool effect too. If you like that Asian style calligraphy, you can really do a lot of stuff with that too. Now this is my Chinese character, my last name, Kim. And so try to using different line qualities in your drawings always help. Okay guys, now I'm just going to show you how to use white. I have 3 kind of whites I use. And first I'm going to show you the Pentel one. And I've created this black part here to show you how it overlaps. Now this is the Pentel Sunburst. It's the thinnest one. I'm just going to scribble it so the ink flow is going. And I'll go over. And right now this part is kind of not dried yet, but I'll just continue anyways so you can kind of see it. And next is Signo Uni-Ball. And then I'll use my Bic whiteout. Okay, as you can see, let's cover this one up. This was number 1, and this is number 2, this is number 3. So as you see, the first one is the Pentel Sunburst. And the second one is actually the Uni-Ball pen. Uni-Ball. Third one is actually the Bic whiteout. So you can see that the Pentel Sunburst has not that really quite great opacity, but the Uni-Ball it has really nice ink flow and the opacity is pretty great. And of course the whiteout is just really white. So it can really cover a lot of spaces and putting in whites. And this is the end of my review, and if this helped you out and if you liked it, please like and subscribe. It's gonna really help me out. And if you guys have any requests of any videos of tutorials, just let me know. I'll always try to help you out and make a video as soon as possible. Thank you.